What is up, you guys? It's your girl Chanel Janae from around the way. Hey, hey! And if you haven't gone to watch my last post before this one, please go do that first and see how I achieved my natural looking parts without using bleach. And then come back to this video where I will show you how I applied my wig, slayed my wig, and all that good stuff. So here we go. First, we're going to start by cleansing our skin thoroughly. I'm using alcohol, 70% alcohol, and using this to cleanse my forehead. You want to be sure to do this because you want to remove all oils and dirt and makeup from your skin so that the tape will be effective. So I decided to try out the Bold Hold tape to hold my wig in place. To start off, there are 10 sheets that come inside the packet, which is a lot. Yes, be sure to brush those baby hairs and edges back the best you can because you don't want this tape to be touching your hair at all because we're trying to protect our edges, ladies. Do not lose your edges. So I had to go off camera and pretty much prep the paper that's being peeled off because it was so difficult, you guys. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was very, very difficult for me to separate the paper from the actual tape. Like, oh my gosh. I mean, and don't worry about the tape coming up a little bit like you see on mine. I just pushed it down and that was perfectly fine. So I'm just cutting the lace off of the wig. I mean, I didn't really get good footage of this, but it is pretty self-explanatory, so I'm sure you all can figure that one part out. This was really my first time ever doing something like this, so trust me, it's not perfect, I made my share of mistakes, but I did learn a lot from this whole process. And being that your hands have oils, push down the wig with a comb. I'm using the infamous Got To Be Glued products for the sides of my wig. Notice that I did not put the tape on the sides. I only put the tape on the top part of my forehead. And that's because, it's a lot of hair on the side of your head. And I don't want to risk the tape being stuck to my edges and therefore pulling my edges out. So this is the best way to handle this. You want to make sure that your blow dryer is on a cool setting. A hot setting will only melt the glue or the gel. So yeah, cool setting is the best. And just in case you were wondering, you do not have to use both products of the Got To Be Glued. I just did that because I'm extra and I wanted to make sure that my wig ain't go nowhere. Now on to the baby hairs, which can take forever and a day. Ladies, y'all know how this go. I'm pretty sure you guys know who Aaliyah J is on YouTube. If not, go search her. But I got this method from her where use a mousse. In my case, I'm using a foam because I ran out of mousse. And use that as a blueprint, basically. You're going to mold your baby hairs the way you would like them to be first. It's kind of like using water. And then once you're satisfied with how your baby hairs look with the mousse, in my case foam, then you move forward with using the Got To Be Glued gel to hold it in place. But you just don't want to use the glue automatically first and make all these mistakes and your edges are all hard at this point. Because, this gel dries quickly. Oh my gosh, this literally took me forever and I honestly am still not satisfied with it, but whatever. Next, we're going to tie it down while it dries. Make sure that it's nice and flat so that when we take it off, we can see the magic. In the meantime, I started to wet my hair so that I could see how the curl pattern looks and just get ready to style my hair. Messed up baby hairs and edges and all, this hair looks so freaking good, y'all. Like, you could not tell me nothing. Okay, you guys, that is all for today. I just wanted to quickly say a few things that I've learned while doing this, because this was my very first time doing something like this by myself. For one, when it comes to a hairstyle like this, a curly wig that you're going to wet and put product in, definitely go ahead and bleach the knots and not do it the way that you have watched in my part 1 to this video, which was right before this one. The reason I say that is because even though you put the foundation on, you put the got to be glued on, and then the makeup, it's still going to come off because of the water and the mousse or whatever you're putting in your hair to make it curly. That works best if you're doing straight wigs. Now, since I'm doing something like this, what I'm gonna have to do is experiment with bleaching the knots. So I will be making the video. Come back, please, so that we can learn together, and we're gonna do bleaching knots. And I'm hoping that I don't mess my wig up. But anyway, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you enjoyed the one before this. Please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks again. I love you guys, and see you next week.